Hello? So for these story quests, or rather tribal chronicles, technically speaking, as always, I kind of just give a quick summary of the first two acts, and then the actual third act is what I show for the story quest. Now this time it kind of went a bit differently, because I in fact did the first act in my previous video, so what you're seeing on the screen right now is actually the second act. But to be honest, nothing really happens in either of them. All that really happens is we meet Varesa, and she basically just gives a tour around the tribe. And to be honest, I think I can just cut to the third act at that point. There really wasn't much to it.
Oh hey, you're here!
Who on earth is that?
It's been a while. When Varesa told me you signed up for the Epic Feast Showdown,
The chief.
I could barely believe it. Sounds like Varesa might finally be in for a challenge this year.
To be fair, Paimon does eat a lot, doesn't she?
Honestly, I'm not even that good.
What's wrong? Sounds like you're still half asleep.
Just, hungry. It's competition day, so gotta show up with an empty stomach.
Not much longer, Varesa. Atoli's firing up the ovens as we speak.
Got it. I can wait.
Oh, about the competition. Usually you have to pay for the food if you don't finish. But when I heard you two were coming, I talked to Atoli and we agreed to waive your expenses.
Really? So we get to eat for free? Awesome! Now we can just take it easy and box up whatever we don't finish!
Please, it's our pleasure. You've done so much for Natlan. Just think of it as a small token of gratitude.
Not gonna lie,
When the
Paimon would
Abyss
probably eat
invaded,
it all anyway.
We weren't hit with large waves of monsters, but the volcano became unusually active. As the Guardians of Tolan, we couldn't stand by and do nothing, so we immediately dispatched a team to the summit. Varesa was a key member of that team. Varesa?
Huh? Oh, right. Yes, I was there. I brought so many Saurus crackers with me that day. Sorry, not the point. There were abyss tumors all around the summit, agitating the magma and spawning all kinds of monsters. But once the Pyro Archon did her thing, we were able to smash them to smithereens.
Oh right, so that's what she was doing during the Archon quest?
Looking back on it, the goal was probably to hold us up so we couldn't send reinforcements to the areas around the stadium. Good point! Your tribe must be full of great warriors with all the training you do. The Abyss really is a cunning enemy.
Yeah, it's interesting with that, because I swear they made it out to be that those from, I think it's the Signs of the Canopy, that they're the best at fighting.
Oh, and you mentioned
Guess
something
not.
about the Guardians of Tolan?
That is a duty our people have held for generations. The volcano is very important to us. It brings disaster, but also opportunity. Our people rose to the challenge of living in this environment, and in return, we get fertile soil and a thriving ecosystem.
That's right. The Natlanese are never ones to shy away from a challenge. Although, whenever we spot unusual volcanic activity, we always report it to the stadium. Oh, so there's a lot more to this place than good food, huh? Hold on. Where did Varesa go? Wasn't she just here?
Probably where the food is.
I just saw her leave. I thought someone must have called for her.
My guess is that she followed the scent of the
Yeah.
food straight to the kitchen.
Let's go check on her. Paimon understands the torture of an empty stomach better than anyone.
Of course.
I'll lead the way. Oh, that smell. So delicious.
Wait, she's still
Juicy
outside.
mushrooms, melted cheese.
How did we not see her then?
mouth-watering steak.
Ah, look who it is. I thought I felt an intense energy around here. I know better than to get between you and your next meal. The food just needs a few more minutes. Here, this should tide you over in the meantime.
Wait, is this priest meat stew? Thank
you, Uncle Atoli!
It's a shame they kept the hissing S sound thing.
Varesa! You really did head straight for the kitchen. What's up? You seemed lost in your own world just now.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, it's you! Sorry. I completely spaced out just now.
Am I going crazy, or is this music like the one from way back?
The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash.
The next thing I knew, I was all the way over here with a bowl of stew in my hands.
Don't worry about it. I think we can all guess what happened.
Prep took longer than usual, so I had to push back the competition. Sorry for making you wait, Varesa, especially on an empty stomach.
No worries, Uncle Atoli. Your delicious soup fixed me right up.
Oh, that sounds more like the Varesa we know.
I become completely useless when I'm hungry. I really wanted to focus on the conversation back there, but no luck.
That's perfectly normal. It takes a lot of energy to train the way you do, so you need more food to make up for it.
I really can't work out what this story quest is going to be
You
about.
do know what I mean, right? Try to do too much on an empty stomach, and you end up feeling weak and lightheaded. Oh boy, Paimon's been there before.
So, when is the competition supposed to start? Not sure I can wait much longer.
1 sec. I'll go check.
Like, yeah, I really can't work out what the actual plot is.
Showdown is about to begin.
Because there'll still be a whole bunch after this
Let's head to the
festival
venue.
thing, right?
The food will be brought out shortly.
Competition, I mean.
Finally! Oh, I'm so ready to dig in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the competition right now, isn't it? So yeah, the rest, the like other hour or whatever's left is like, you know,
It smells so good.
can't really work it out.
Varesa had the right idea. It's definitely worth the wait. Yeah, we could maybe finish one portion between the two of us. And even that's a stretch. But one portion each? There's no chance.
Really?
Time
Paimon?
to dig in. Thanks for the food, Uncle Atoli.
I thought Paimon could eat all of it.
Hold on. Varesa's plate looks completely different than ours.
Oh god, yeah.
I forgot to mention, the competition actually has 2 levels. The regular challenge and the Varesa challenge. The Varesa challenge is only for people who have completed the regular challenge in the past.
Actually, to be fair,
It's
Malwika
named
was
after Varesa because,
like, she ate
well,
quite a lot as well,
so
didn't
far, she's the only one who's been able to finish it.
You're kidding. You had to invent a whole new challenge just for her?
Believe me, if Varesa competed in the same class as everyone else, the winner would be decided before the competition even started. What's the fun in that? Only one other person has come close to beating the Varesa challenge.
she? Yeah, I'm not
And
surprised.
that would be the Pyro Archon herself. Of course, she breezed through the normal level, but the Varesa challenge was still too much, even for her. Back then, it was all part of an investigation. You see, the Pyro Archon covers all expenses at the Weary Inn the night before the pilgrimage. And each time, Varesa's tab would show several dozen people's worth of food for a single person. The speaker's chamber thought something had to be wrong. Maybe there was a mistake in the accounts. But once the Archon finally saw Varesa's appetite in action, that was that.
Whoa. Okay, so you're saying Malika had these portions, and she just breezed through?
I swear we literally saw her eat tons before.
You're right. Let's go. Paimon's gonna defend her honor with everything she's got.
That's brilliant.
Whoa. Tender, juicy, grilled to perfection. It's delicious. Oh, you gotta try this one too, Traveler. It's amazing. Oh, and this. And this one is... All right, Oh, Paimon's ready to throw in the towel.
I'm surprised Paimon actually struggled
Paimon's
to eat it all.
tried as hard as she could, but this enemy is too strong. You know what? There really should be a Paimon challenge. Paimon's smaller than the rest of you. It's no fair
What?
for her portion to be the same.
I swear Paimon eats more than a normal person.
Let's hear it for Varesa, who has once again completed the challenge.
Like, did I
And
remember
with a
things wrong
10%
here?
increase in portion size, it's a new personal best.
Like, I swear she used to really love food or something.
Ha! Well done, Varesa.
Amazing job.
Oh, it's nothing. Uncle Atoli's food is just too good. I couldn't stop myself.
You actually finished it? Jeez, are you okay?
Huh? Why wouldn't I be?
You don't feel bloated? Or like you're gonna throw up? Oh, Paimon's so full it feels like she's gonna sink.
Oh, nope. I feel good, actually. Satisfied, you know? Thanks. This is my specialty, after all. Not that it's good for anything outside these competitions. If I'm honest, I'd rather be like you or Kochi-an-san. A hero brave enough to stand against the abyss.
Didn't she do that though?
Aw, don't worry, Varesa. For someone as talented as you, it's only a matter of time before you shine in the arena.
Also, she's literally a 5-star.
Son, did you beat the challenge too? Of course. The regular challenge is easy for me. I've attempted the Varesa challenge a few times too, but never even came close. Okay, there has to be more to this than just appetite. Is there some kind of trick?
Maybe it's the
But
fact they
yeah,
have to do all that
It was
training.
like the meat turned into one big greasy blob, and
You
it
know,
was
they
so
probably
hard
burn
to
off
keep
a lot of
going.
calories.
Oh, that's when you balance it out with some mushrooms. The ones from my orchard.
Huh?
Well, that's what I did anyway. As soon as the food came out, I set a few mushrooms to the side so they wouldn't soak up too much oil. Or get too mushy. That way, you have something fresh and fruity to balance it out.
Actually, is there something up with the
so
mushrooms
that's
then,
the
maybe?
Secret. Use the mushrooms to cut through the heaviness.
That's right. You tried them yourselves, remember? If it tastes like a fruit, might as well use it like one.
Because I did find it a bit suspicious they even bothered talking about it that much in the second act. So yeah, I'm wondering if there's actually something to that.
I think more people from outside the tribe would beat the challenge if they knew about that mushroom.
Ian-san, some of the contestants are looking for you. Something about being ready to train?
They want to exercise. After all that food? Sorry, everyone. I should intervene. Yeah, go tell them to take it easy.
Well, how did everyone do, Uncle Atoli?
Almost half finished the regular challenge. I believe that's a record. Either the contestants are getting more experienced, or my cooking was extra good this time.
Everything was delicious, especially when it first came out all hot and steaming.
Thank you.
Actually,
When
maybe
cooked
it's
at high
since the
heat, that
abyss.
mushroom has a special fragrance that really brings out the flavor of the other
Okay,
ingredients.
well, again, something's
Oh,
definitely
and
weird
since you're
about
new
this
here,
mushroom.
I should mention something else about that mushroom.
Okay, this...
It's an excellent addition to any dish. But there are actually two varieties. Red, which is the most common, and green. There's
okay.
not much to note about the red ones. Sell them, eat them, do whatever you want. But if you see a green one, it must be picked and eaten right away.
This definitely seems suspicious.
Huh? Why's that?
That's just what a scholar from Sumeru said when the orchard first opened.
So,
No one knows the reason. We just do as we're told.
Oh, nah.
Whenever a green mushroom pops up in the orchard, I pick it and eat it. The flavor is identical to the red ones.
That's gonna be like the Torre or something, isn't it?
Okay, because that's not weirdly specific at all.
Well, of course. Who wouldn't be intrigued by something like that? But curiosity isn't always a good thing, right?
Okay, this is definitely what the story quest is about, isn't it?
By the way, Varesa, I'm almost out of red mushrooms. Could you run to the orchard and grab some more for me?
Actually, wait.
Of course, Uncle Atoli. I'm on it.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't there an Archon quest or something with mushrooms? Clothar. Well, it was the Kaibo quest, but you know that stuff. I wonder if it's weirdly to do with that, because that happened in Sumeru, didn't it? Just saying.
Want to come with you two?
Unless it's like Tainari
What
of
do
the
you think,
mushrooms or
Traveler?
something.
Paimon wouldn't mind working off some of that food. Paimon take that as a yes. Alright, let's go. Thanks for the food, Atoli.
Haha, my pleasure. But try to finish it all next time.
After that meal, I'm ready to tackle anything. Oh, something on your mind? Is it what Uncle Atoli said about the green mushrooms? Don't worry. He can be a bit dramatic sometimes. The green mushrooms don't appear that often. Besides, I check the orchard every day, and if I see one, I eat it.
What happens if they wait too
anything,
long though, I
I wish
wonder?
there were more around here. Means more free mushrooms for me.
Wait, is that one right there? Huh. Talk about a coincidence.
Yeah, that doesn't look normal, I'm not gonna lie.
See? There's nothing special about it except the color. Give me 1 sec. I'll start a fire and grill it right up.
No, I reckon check with like the elemental site or something, I don't know.
Paimon's gonna pass on this one. She's way too stuffed from earlier.
You mean why we have to pick and eat the green mushrooms right away? To be honest,
And
I'm
also
curious
why-
too. The scholar looked really serious when he said it, but he never explained the reason behind it.
And also why, you know?
Uncle Atoli has a point, though. Curiosity can be a bad thing. If we stop doing what the scholar said, something terrible could happen.
You could look into it at least. That's what an adventurer would
Yeah,
do.
you can't really
Yeah,
blindly
but
trust what some random
My
person
tribe is more
says, surely.
important. I love everything about this place. Maintaining the status quo is good enough for me. I know the truth is important too, but I don't have the right to make a decision that could put the people around me in danger. In other words, deep down, I guess I'm just scared. Scared that change could mean losing control. Command the truth?
I don't know what that means, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't have to stop following the scholar's orders. We can start by gathering information.
Let's have Paimon eat
You
it
have a
after
point.
it's been picked for like an hour or something.
You know, you remind me of another hero from our tribe. Her name was Fiatena. Just like you, she was full of courage and never stopped challenging and exploring the unknown. She's my idol. Actually, could you give me a moment? All I need is 3 seconds. Lady Fiatena, lend me your courage. 3, 2, 1.
Is she about to use her ability thing? Oh no.
You're right. I can't keep running from the truth. I want to command it, just like you said.
I don't get
So,
what that means.
Where should we start with the investigation?
What do you mean
You
command the
probably have
truth?
a bunch of experience. Oh, the green mushroom, you mean? The taste is the same as the red ones.
Why? What?
There's nothing special there.
Why did it taste the same?
Well, the traveler is a lot more perceptive than most people. She should at least give it a try.
Oh, I see. Well, then I'll grill some up right away.
So, notice anything, traveler?
What's the stuff coming out of it?
Just like Varesa said. Guess it was the same for all of us.
Finally, a worthy devotee after all this time. Fascinating.
No, I don't recognise that voice.
Who said that?
No need for alarm. There is only one among you who piqued my interest, and that is the one with golden hair.
Of course.
Seeing as you all appear to be acquainted, I allowed the rest of you to hear my voice as well.
That being said, what did they say at the beginning? A worthy devotee.
Now, I shall grant you all the honor of becoming my first subjects in this era.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, you were the ones who wanted to learn more about my origins. I
Eh?
merely granted your wish.
Origins? Wait, you're the green mushroom?
So you do know how to use your brain, young one. You'll excuse me if I have no interest in you, craven and dull-witted as you usually seem.
Jeez.
Hey, watch it, buddy.
let me remind you, it was your own curiosity that started all of this. I see no reason for me to stand down. I only granted you this audience because I saw potential in you. I am the Sage Lord of Fungi. Serving me is a great honor, as well as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I reckon this is what happened anyway. The person from Sumeru, they were probably serving this thingy, whatever it's called, and then, like, they've been told to do that with the people here, if that makes sense. I guess maybe it's anyone who eats the green mushroom could get controlled or something like that.
Sage Lord? Good one. Did you come up with that yourself?
You mock my name? All you do is make a mockery of your own taste.
What?
Of course, the Sage Lord of Fungi is too dignified for petty arguments with lesser organisms.
Sure doesn't sound like it.
That's enough out of you. What's wrong with you humans? You should be full of reverence at this point.
I
In
don't know.
that case, I don't know what went wrong, but you lack the trust and worship to be my subjects. So we shall have to table that for the time being. However, I am willing to share my sagely knowledge with you. I have all the answers you seek. As with all seekers of said knowledge, all you have to do is prove your sincerity, and we shall see if you're worthy.
Look! More green mushrooms right in front of us!
These
Okay.
clones are my most loyal subjects, as well as the keepers of my secrets. If you want answers, then gather your wits and search for clues. I shall await your summons.
Right, let's burn them all.
It might be advisable to brush up on your devotion in the meantime.
Yeah, they don't seem too nice, do they?
The voice is gone. Finally, Paimon had enough of that racket. Talking in our heads without permission, spewing a bunch of nonsense. Even a Hal is better than him.
Yeah, sure, Paimon, let's say
So,
that. Yeah.
do you think what he said was true? About being the Sage Lord of Fungi and all that?
No.
Maybe, but most of it sounded like hot air to Paimon.
True. That conversation in our heads definitely was real.
And it proves these mushrooms aren't regular mushrooms at all. Something fishy is going on.
I guess this is the beginning of our hero's journey then. So let's make like heroes and get to the bottom of this. So we can command the truth and this mushroom.
Actually, let's get Tainari on the case, he'll probably know.
Okay. That sounded a lot cooler in my head.
Well, we have one thing going for us. We've faced mushrooms before, and they're pretty pathetic as far as enemies go.
Oh, right, in Sumeru, yeah.
Such insolence!
Did you hear that? Sounds like someone's mad.
You're spying on us?
No response. Guess he's not gonna admit it.
Well, he said his subjects hold the clues to his secrets. Who knows if he was telling the truth? But we can't just ignore the green mushrooms, so let's start investigating.
It's brilliant how Paimon's just disrespectful like that. Oh, I didn't do anything there.
Okay, so this one is red. Ah! Fungus! It turned into a fungus! In that land of all places!
Yeah, definitely got some
this
weird
is one of his
hallucinations.
subjects? Well, it's kind of cute.
Bull warrior compliment! Much appreciate! No! Bull warrior natural enemy! Eat! Must resist!
Okay, this definitely reminds me of, was it Nahida's second story quest? Where they were like the talking fungi?
Careful, Varesa! This is a kind of monster from Sumeru. Even though it looks cute, it can still attack you!
Also, why?
A monster? Aw, that's too bad. I was hoping we could be friends.
Also, isn't it interesting? Bull warrior natural enemy? Oh, right, okay, sorry, I just realised it's because she eats them. Yeah, okay.
Mercy! Mercy! Food is sacred! Everything else, waste! That's all I know. Promise!
What?
It turned back into a normal mushroom. What's going on?
Also, why is it a red mushroom? I thought they were only green.
That food is sacred?
Well, that's a whole bunch of nothing. Let's go look somewhere else.
No, it kind of... Okay.
Oh, a green mushroom. And it turned into a fungus. Nice try, but you're not scaring Paimon with that one. Let's go on the initiative. Hey, you! What's the whole food is sacred thing about? As our Sage Lord stated, you must demonstrate your wits to receive the answers you seek. That means I should be the one asking the questions, not you. Okay, so it turns out this one can talk. Fine. What do we have to do? Solve a riddle or something?
Riddle? Oh, I'm not good at that. Could you, give us an easy one?
That sounds like a problem for your friends. Besides, did I say this was up for negotiation?
Sure, let's just say we're a riddle master.
Enough chatter. Time for my question. Why are all the mushrooms in this orchard willing to become the subjects of the Sage Lord? Man, how are we supposed to know?
Because you're his clones, right? I remember him saying something like that.
Alas, no wits in sight. The answer could never be that simple. What? How did you get that so fast?
Oh, it's that kind of riddle.
She get along with Sino.
Mushrooms! Of course! Paimon can't believe she didn't think of this possibility.
If that's Varesa's reaction.
Does that mean everyone in Sumeru is into puns? Huh. Is it because the people are so clever?
Nah, one person in particular.
No, we just, have a lot of experience with these kinds of jokes. Well, since you have proven your wits, I will now answer your question. The act of eating is not only a physical necessity, but also a sacred ritual.
Okay.
Mushrooms like us are the Sage Lord's intermediaries. Incinerating our flesh forges a spiritual connection between you and the Sage Lord himself.
I was only joking about burning the mushrooms.
So that's why he could speak to us in our heads.
So you're saying if we want to talk to him again, all we have to do is eat more mushrooms?
Which is why... That's why the Sumeru person said to eat.
Too late. And all we have is another cryptic message.
I think that's why the person from Sumeru said
If
that.
eating
Then,
is a sacred ritual, maybe we need to perform some kind of ceremony with special tools or something.
Oh, good thinking, Varesa. Let's try and ask the other mushrooms. Oh, but we should probably pick this one first since it's a green mushroom. Hey, there are two fungi over there. Looks like they're discussing something.
Have you figured out how you're going to test the humans?
Of course. Any random question should do the trick. They don't look very smart to me.
Wow, cool. You green caps are so wise. Just like our Sage Lord.
Interesting.
I'm so jealous.
It's all progressing as expected. I know exactly what they're going to ask. Oh, please, please tell us how to conduct the ceremony.
Right, let's not
And
ask
I
that.
shall respond. Nothing in life comes for free. You have two choices. Answer a question about the stars and moon above, or the dark abyss below.
Ew! And they'll say, no, I'm stumped. I can't think anymore, or my cap will explode into spores.
They're humans, idiot. They don't have caps or spores.
All right. Duh.
And then I'll say, you can't even answer the most basic of basic questions? Come back after you've studied for a few more decades.
Ha! Yeah! A few more decades.
Of course, they're so dense, it might actually take them that long to realize that. If eating is a ritual, then obviously the ceremony is the cooking.
Oh, I
I
see.
mean, obviously it's the cooking.
I actually feel stupid.
Did they just give us the answer?
Who goes there? And you think we're the dense ones? Look in the mirror, buddy.
A floating pale organism out of nowhere. My cap almost burst into spores.
No, wait, don't disappear! At least explain yourselves first! So, we passed the test? Where's the sense of accomplishment? So much for gathering our wits. We didn't have to use our brains at all. Oh well. The important thing is, the Sage Lord of Fungi wants us to use cooking to establish a stronger mental connection with him.
That sounds right. Uncle Atoli did say, when you cook this mushroom, the higher the heat, the better the fragrance.
Oh, so it was because of the stuff coming out of it.
Right! That was the case when you grilled them in the orchard, too. Heat really does release their flavor. Okay, let's give it a try.
Definitely. But we should probably explain the situation to Uncle Akadal and the rest of the tribe first.
Good call. It's best for everyone to be prepared.
Huh.
Did it say all people from the tribe? Oh, people. Okay, I was gonna say. It's quite a small tribe.
Okay, so it felt pretty normal in the moment, but hearing it back does sound kind of, ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough,
So,
like when you think about
The
it.
mushrooms in the orchard are sentient. What a remarkable discovery!
Yeah, without your investigation, who knows what could have happened?
They don't sound
Thanks
convinced.
for looking into it, and for collecting all this information.
I
What a relief. I was worried it sounded like I lost my marbles.
It does sound far-fetched. After all, none of us have ever spoken to a
Oh,
mushroom.
it sounded like they're being sarcastic
But
almost.
we know
Maybe
you're
not.
not one to lie, Varesa. Besides, the origin of the green mushrooms has always been a mystery to us. Thanks to you, we now know something sinister could be going on. So, we should do our part to help.
Yeah, just let me know if there's anything I can do. Well, that didn't take much convincing.
Oh, wait. You said the mushrooms needed to be cooked at high heat, right? I can do that for you right now. I'll be quick.
I think given what the Lord thingy said, I genuinely think it might only be
All
the
right, I'm
traveler who
back.
can do it.
I used cast iron, so it should be hot enough.
Whoa, it smells delicious! Suddenly Paimon's hungry again.
Well, here goes nothing.
Wait, that's his voice!
Looks like you stumbled upon the right path. But this temperature does not demonstrate even a fraction of the sincerity I require.
We need Pyro Traveler. We need. Yeah, we need the actual abilities of Pyro Traveler.
Could generate enough heat to earn the acknowledgement of the Sage Lord?
Wait. Oh.
Humans are such a disappointment. You can solve my riddles when the answers are handed to you on a silver platter.
Maybe it is just that they need, you know, Pyro Traveler here, but what if it's the Sacred Flame or something and it's got some crazy plan to mess up Natlan with that?
But as soon as there are no more hints, not a shred of intelligence in sight. Do try and use your brain this time.
How did it go? Did you hear the voice?
They didn't?
Annoying menace of a mushroom! The Sage Lord of Fungi said the heat's still not high enough. Sage Lord of Nitpicking, more like!
True.
Not high enough, huh? I guess that means we need a more powerful source of heat. Attention, everyone! We need items that can generate intense heat. Anything you can find.
It's probably not going to
I'll
be
see
enough.
what I can do.
Leave it to me.
We should take a look too.
Oh!
Definitely. We're not super familiar
my
with
God,
this
the
area,
volcano.
though. Do you have any ideas?
I feel so stupid.
Nothing concrete.
It's gonna be the
but
volcano.
We could check around the volcano.
Yeah.
It spews out all kinds of stuff. Maybe there's something we can use.
Awesome! Let's go! Paimon's gonna find something scorching hot and then throw it at that stupid mushroom's face!
There should be some avatars of lava somewhere along this path.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Their cores are really hot. It might be just what we need.
I actually quite like how relatively simple the plot has been, you know? Because you don't always need some crazy complex plot or anything for it to be a interesting story or anything. It's actually quite nice for it to be, you know, it's literally been, them eating food, talk about mushrooms. We eat the mushrooms. Turns out there's some weird mushroom lord. Don't know why we're even bothering with this, to be fair. But we're trying to, like, see the lord or something. It's not actually that complicated at all.
You know, when you think about how everyone jumped to help us like that, it seems like your tribe has been suspicious of the green mushrooms for a while.
I mean, it makes
Yeah,
sense,
but
right?
without you, we would have never gotten this far. I mean, tons of people have tried that mushroom without a weird voice talking in their head.
Right. So, even if you wanted to investigate, you had nowhere to start.
Yeah, this opportunity was a long time coming. Plus, the Sage Lord's arrogant attitude definitely triggered my tribe's competitive spirit.
Varesa doesn't seem competitive most of the time, though. Outside of training and fighting monsters, at least.
Huh?
Yeah, well, I
They
don't
messed up
really
the,
like
text
fighting
there.
or competing, to be honest. Simple day-to-day happiness is what matters to me. Still, I've learned a lot from Kojian-san. She taught me that strength is a means rather than an end. We get stronger so we can use our strength when it counts. Like during the Abyss invasion. Having the training to master my vision meant that I could do something to stop it. So, no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to be brave. Because people are counting on me. Thanks. It's a work in progress. I can only hope that one day I can be as brave as Lady Fiatena. Alright, we should keep looking. Haha! Done and dusted! This core should be perfect. Look, the phlogiston inside it is still active.
Oh, let's see! Woo! Hot!
A few more chunks like this and we should be good. Come on, let's keep heading up.
Wait, how's she okay carrying it if Paimon reacted like that?
What a great haul! A bunch of seeing eyes, and this thing the weasel used to spew out fire!
I think that's its back armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack from all directions. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. I can't believe we actually ran into one.
You don't suppose this
Piece of armor
fungus
might
also
produce
used to
even
live
higher
there, do you?
temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms super hot this time. Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a choice. So, I've tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to get myself in the zone. For example, I've read a lot of stories about heroes, and my favorite hero has always been Fiatena, the one I mentioned before.
The one you've
Fiatena's
mentioned a
most
lot, you mean?
iconic feature was her mask. So I decided to make one just like hers.
Oh, that's
So now,
why.
Whenever
I
I wear
see.
the mask, it's like there's a little piece of her with me. If I want to honor her legacy, I have no choice but to be brave. At the same time, though, I guess it's kind of like a crutch. Kind of like I'm hiding behind her strength.
Oh, you really think so?
Really? I feel like I need to take it off one day and face things alone. But the longer I put off taking that step, the more impossible it feels. I don't know if I have it in me.
Feels like Kachina Mark too.
Yeah, you had the courage to make that decision, and that's what adventuring is all about. Fighting is just a small part of it.
Oh,
Besides,
Actually, she's kind
Mom
of the
thinks you're
reverse
doing
of
a great
Kachina.
job. Just take your time.
Because she
It's not a
knows she's
race.
strong, just she doesn't want
Thanks for
to
believing in me,
accidentally
you two.
do too
I've learned
much
so
damage
much.
kind of thing. Doesn't want to hurt
And
people.
I won't give up. Not until I can face things on my own. After that pep talk, I feel like my appetite is back in full force.
You're hungry already? Paimon hasn't even finished digesting her last meal.
Oh, Celestial.
Come on, let's head back to the tribe. We'll earn that mushroom's recognition this time for sure.
We're back, and we found a bunch of stuff to
Okay, it's kind of crazy how the
Great.
quest has
We're
literally only
almost
been
done
in
with
the
the
same few
preparations
places.
on our side too.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot. We should be good to go.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best stove I could find.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more fuel.
That's right.
Yeah, but the things we brought aren't your typical cooking utensils either.
Well, that mushroom started it, right everyone? Disrespecting Varesa and her guest of honor.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of excuses it can come up with this time. Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a lot.
Don't think they realize we're kind of doing what it wants right now.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Huh? The armor of a furnace shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the volcano!
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then, well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be a chef, I studied the effect of temperature on different ingredients. This kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other. Anyway, let's get started. The mushrooms are all ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Whoa, the fragrance is so much more intense. And what's with this weird mist?
Wasn't that already there before? Just not as much of
Wait,
it.
no, something's not right.
That's why I'm saying it was part of the plan. Okay, we're actually getting full on hallucinations now.
Where are we? Where did everyone go?
I have no idea. We just showed up here. I can't see the others anymore.
Huh? Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle. Chief, we don't know where we are.
What? I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us? No. What are you feeling?
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
Well, it's just another mushroom. I thought it'd be like a giant one or something at
You
least.
of a mushroom, so this is what you look like.
Oh, it's kind of bigger, I suppose.
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms we met.
I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your performance. So, as promised, you shall have the answers you seek. Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The great sage lord of fungi, that would be me, is extending you the honor of becoming my subjects.
Kind of underwhelming, to be honest.
The only way anyone's serving you is on a platter.
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles. Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again. As you know, Tivat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to...
If we want to become strong, we just have to eat this.
How though? I don't get it. What?
Those monsters are no match for me!
Is this
And
not...
so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my identity as the Sage Lord of Fungi.
You really expect us to believe that? Besides, as far as enemies go, a few puny fungi aren't that fearsome.
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I lose my temper.
You wish.
I mean, those monsters really don't look that scary. Not the kind you'd need a miracle to defeat, anyway.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength? Very well. Then prove it!
Here we go again.
Well fought! You see? You ate a fair amount of my clones, and now look what you can do. Huh. My eye for subjects is as discerning
What?
as ever.
Literally nothing changed.
Weren't we insignificant mortals just a second ago? Weird.
I'll admit, you're not entirely useless, but my miracles are even greater than you can imagine.
So far, the miracles seem to be hallucinations. Just saying.
Another cryptic one-liner and another disappearing act? It's gotta be a mushroom thing at this point. Well, what should we do? Follow him?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying to tell us a story, although I'm not sure if I like the plot.
I soon became humanity's faith, and, with my power, created countless clones, with which I could bestow upon them an endless source of sustenance.
Really?
Well, food is a scarce resource. A faith that provides for the needs of the flesh is the most practical and noble of all. And as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion to their contribution. The most exceptional among them could receive as many as 20 mushrooms a day.
That's it?
What are you insinuating? Are mushrooms not enough?
Well,
Yeah, not
it's
really.
possible people couldn't afford to be picky back then.
Yeah, but now even saurians have more options than that.
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? A pretty enticing offer, wouldn't you agree? Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization dedicated to the mushrooms. And then...
Yeah, fair point. Why aren't you, like, living it up right now? Yeah.
What do you mean? What happened next?
So
Right.
it clearly went
If the
downhill.
humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then
Yeah.
shouldn't you have your own tribe at this point? Or even your own nation? But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan, and I've never come across anything about some kind of mushroom savior.
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't suppose you know their history, too.
Yeah, let's get the heater up in here to confirm this.
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a mushroom civilization.
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from.
Right, what nation is it from?
A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
Yeah, if you want us to respect you, stop being so secretive.
True. If we don't know how the story ends, it doesn't hold much weight now, does it?
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you want the truth,
Whoa,
you'll have
oh
to use your
my
wits
God.
to earn it. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting another detail out of me.
He ran
Man,
off.
we just gotta kill this guy at this point, man.
After him.
Oh. Uh-huh. Right.
Imagine if it turns out he's from Karnria. That'd be crazy.
So it looks like we just need to... Is something wrong, Traveler? Off? How?
That's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out in the end, it must be because it's not something he can brag about.
Yeah.
Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? Seems like he's avoiding that subject too. And through it all, he still hasn't given up on recruiting us. Even though he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. He seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
But why?
Yeah.
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Well, what on earth?
Catch me if you can. If you can figure out which way to
Oh.
go, of course.
Absolutely.
Oh dear.
And
Already messing up. It's cool though what they're doing here with the like platformer kind of style. Like camera, you know.
Leave this to me. I'll clear a path for you. think we can get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
Get a load of this.
Watch out, Varesa!
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
Yeah, literally nothing's working against her. Oh right, yeah, I forgot she literally walks on water, doesn't she? Runs something.
A dead end?
Jump up.
Oh!
Let it give us a ride.
I swear one of these dragon things was, like at the edge of the map. Like, bottom left, you know? I really don't get what's,
All right,
like,
this
about
should be
them.
good. Get ready and jump.
Backed into a corner, huh?
We've got you this time.
Ow! Well, that hurt, you know. You humans have such violent tendencies.
Bro, oh my god.
That's him!
Not again. Although, I think I pulled something off of him.
A ball of mist. Oh no, it's spreading! Ah! They're gonna eat us! Gonna eat us! Eat us!
Ungrateful humans. At this rate, I won't have any clones left.
I see.
The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the situation grows dire.
Which is why, okay, yeah.
Why must the humans eat so much?
I feel like the whole Scholar from the Sumu thing was... Oh wait, that's how... Oh my god, I feel so stupid. They were literally wondering how it got from Natlan to Sumu to Natlan. That's literally how, it's because of that Scholar.
My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control a single human at least. Now all of Sumeru knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. So if I want to grow, I must relocate. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You! Take me somewhere hot. The hotter the better.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah.
Is this the place, human?
Yes. This is a volcano in a land far to the west. The temperatures here get very high. It should be a most suitable location for your lordship to regain his strength. I shall now find a good place to plant you, my lord, so that your mycelial majesty may take root in this fertile land.
Yes, proceed.
The desert would have kind of made more sense because people don't actually go there.
An earthquake? No, a volcanic eruption.
So that's how it ended. No wonder you tried to hide it from us. It's pretty embarrassing.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he couldn't keep up with the demand.
Huh. He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic. But then the situation got out of control.
Which means the more mushrooms the humans ate, the less powerful he became, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So his following didn't last long.
Nope, which explains why there aren't any records about some kind of mushroom civilization. In the end, he mind-controlled a human to bring him to Natlan and then got buried under a pile of volcanic rocks.
Yeah. For who knows how long. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of, out of touch, you know?
Well, he has been living under a rock, so...
True.
that checks out. But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
Yeah, that sounds right. My parents always thought it was so weird that mushrooms kept popping up around the orchard no matter what we did. Now it makes sense. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, that means this mushroom has mind control powers or something? That's a recipe for disaster.
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. They must have been mind controlled. But when he started running out of power, he couldn't keep it up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control us either.
Oh? Why?
All right, then let's find this mushroom.
We've got you this time, nasty mushroom! We know all your schemes.
We thought you were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. But now we know how dangerous you are, so we have to stop you.
Huh. It would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Fitting for my future subjects. Still, you're overlooking a very important detail. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Well, this is a world of my creation. My will rules supreme. My schemes have been exposed, you say. No matter. My goal has already been achieved.
What?
Although I prefer to call myself the Sage Lord of Fungi, in the human tongue, I am known by another name.
Story.
You now behold
Never
the
mind.
god Bifrons, the sole protagonist in this endless carnage!
I don't remember ever hearing about that.
Indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans! Have you forgotten your savior during this time of war? I am the god who's protecting countless of your kind during this Archon War. You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the hordes of monsters, and the gods loom overhead, capable of reducing you to ashes with a simple snap of their fingers.
Yeah, I feel like this the kind of god, like, assuming they actually are a god, I feel like they're the kind of one that would have just got one shot by Zhongli back then. Just saying.
Just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, that opportunity is lost forever, and you only have your own stupidity and arrogance to blame. No matter, my plan has already succeeded. What you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, but spores, set to sprout into green mushrooms very soon. And that's where their true power lies. Because, given a bit of time to grow, green mushrooms will multiply exponentially.
Alright, time to
You
eat
see,
them all.
considering my current level of power, I had no way to create large number of clones. Unless, of course, I had access to a source of extreme heat. And you delivered one to me on a silver platter. That was my plan all along.
So, you kept running away from us because you needed to buy time?
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply at an unstoppable rate,
I doubt
allowing
that.
me to return to the peak of my power. Then, I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god, achieve victory in the Archon War,
Oh, what?
and take revenge on Sumeru.
Nah, he is behind the times. He is behind those times. Jesus.
You have no concept of time, do you? Newsflash, the Archon War is old news, buddy.
Nonsense! Is that not the source of your suffering? All I hear in this land is war this and war that. If
The
you fear
Abyss.
the Archon War, all the more reason to cower behind the protection of a god.
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
Huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard about that once or twice, but only from Outlanders.
Yeah, Zhongli had a few stories to tell.
I see what's going on here. You're using lies and trickery to befuddle me.
No. That's what they should do, actually. They should say they're best buds with, Morax. That would get him fear.
You know, my original
Get
plan
'em
was to
scared.
imprison you here until the end of time. But now, I have a better idea. Once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms, I'll set you free. You get the honor of witnessing that despair in person. Now, I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing you to pledge yourselves to me and take on the burden of managing my
Yeah,
kingdom.
I'm pretty sure Zhongli's the
But
only one
now,
who's alive
the
back
deal
then,
is
right?
off.
Or maybe Venti as well.
What did you say?
The Traveler explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over the years.
That makes sense.
And Paimon ate a whole bunch during the competition. Paimon's small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms for her to be
That
affected.
makes sense. And Travelers did the Descender, of course. Yeah.
Point being, most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the buzz of a mosquito. So you latched onto us as a group of people who can actually hear your voice. In other words...
You said your mushrooms need time to grow. Which means you don't have enough power to keep us here.
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task. Unless you think you can take on a creature as vicious and powerful as the Jade Plume Terrashroom. Because
That's a
you
boss I farmed,
definitely
right?
can't. Right?
Yeah, but I decided to tell you, we've farmed that enemy a few times.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, if he was telling the truth, we need to get back to the tribe as soon as possible.
Oh, no! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans couldn't possibly be that powerful! And what's this about a war against the Abyss? Hey, I want answers!
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go!
Brilliant. That was the most disappointing antagonist ever.
What should we do?
Posey wasn't lying about that, to be fair.
Don't be. It's just a few mushrooms. Unholy! Get ready to feed!
Oh, God. Yeah, she's about to eat them all, isn't she? Oh, Traveler's still muted, does he? I thought she'd be happy, no? Thought she literally said she was hungry. Oh, okay.
More, please! Guess it's time to dig in!
Faturi.
Stop this at once! Huh?
Done.
What a great meal. Thanks, everyone. I feel like a whole new me.
That was such a stupid plot, now that I think about it.
And with that, we took care of all the green mushrooms.
Oh my god, that was so stupid.
Now, care to tell me what happened earlier? It was lights out for all three of you. Someone planted a god in Varesa's orchard, and she's been eating it ever since.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole new low.
Yeah, even the Salt God looks strong compared to that, to be honest.
Also, didn't he have his facts all wrong? He kept going on about some kind of Archon war.
I mean, the facts aren't wrong, just out of date.
Ah, well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War,
Oh.
so it rarely comes up around these parts.
Oh, I
It makes
see.
sense that you don't know much about it, Varesa.
Whoa, hold on. Are you serious?
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So, there was no room for the
Oh, wait.
gods to join in.
Yeah, it was literally just dragons in that land back before, wasn't it? Yeah, of course, of course.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War, and Dad tries to use that to convince people to worship him.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the Age of the Dragons.
So what do we do now? It can't be easy to slay a god.
I mean,
I
kind
guess
of
it's back to business as usual.
That's right.
As long as we keep picking the green mushrooms, that god is just a tasty mushroom at the
Actually,
end
no,
of the
we
day.
haven't killed a god before, have we? But
Actually,
we've known gods to
Traveler?
be killed.
Can I borrow you for a minute? Alright, here's good. So, it's not anything super important. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your encouragement gave me the courage to investigate the green mushrooms and helped me resolve a threat to my tribe. And maybe this sounds weird considering everything, but it was a really awesome adventure. I had fun.
I hate to break it to you, that was the most stupid adventure I've ever seen in this game. But, yeah.
Oh, why's that? You're right. I never thought my appetite would save the day. It's pretty surreal. But it's like you said. All it takes is a little patience and perseverance, and my time will come. If I start to doubt myself in the future, all I need to do is think of this experience and everything I've learned along the way.
Hey, you two! Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeru warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the mushroom god.
Oh,
Should we go check it out?
oh
Couldn't
my
hurt to
god.
get more information.
Good point. Well, I mean, we don't even need to worry, to be honest. But that's a good point. But yeah, because I assumed it was that the green mushrooms were brought over by that scholar, but no, that was... Yeah, okay.
Oh, good point. But if we're heading to the academia, I need to get permission from Uncle Akatl first.
Right. And it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
We'll just take a waypoint then. It's fine.
Good idea. Let's check it out.
Oh, Catherine's back. And isn't that Tainari?
Oh, I was literally talking about him. Wait, is he the
Word from the
scholar?
speaker's chamber was that an Amurta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area. So they helped me to get in touch.
Oh my god, wait. Tainari was the reason why it never got out of control in the first place. I just realised. Assuming he is the scholar, I'm assuming they're about to reveal that. The whole thing about eating the green mushrooms as fast as possible was a good thing because that stopped the mushroom god guy from getting power. I only just realised that. Did Tainari kind of save the day ahead of time then? Oh, he doesn't have a voice, that's tragic.
Yep, you're an expert, so you must know all about him, right?
Wait, they actually know about him? Yeah. Oh, Tainari didn't know. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the mushrooms started popping up in our orchard not too long ago.
Damn, I assumed he was the scholar who said to eat it.
Of course, you're welcome anytime. That's a huge help, actually. I wanted to ask, though, you said what remains of his clones? Does that mean there are clones outside of Natlan? Even now?
Not surprised about that. But I just realised, this is the first time we're getting a non-Natlan character in Natlan, right? Don't think we had anything else like that happen. There's one...
Zamaran?
You know that name?
Yeah, Paimon calls it Sheesh Room.
Wait.
It's absolutely huge! Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord. We should go see Zamaran one of these days.
I'll do it after this
Ooh,
quest,
I'll
actually,
come.
to see if it's what I
It'd be
think it
nice
is.
to interact with a friendly mushroom for once.
Hello? Just a casual 3-week time skip or something crazy? Yeah, I just found out this is the mushroom they were talking about. This is not what I was thinking of at the time. I think I was thinking of some weird like tree looking thing or something. Anyway, back to the video.
I would never.
Really? Right, anyway, that was it. What did I just get? Oh, an update to this, was it? Oh yeah, I see. But yeah, I actually weirdly quite liked that quest, I'm not gonna lie. I went into it not really being bothered too much because frankly speaking, I mean from my perspective I never really heard of Varesa before she became playable. Like I'm pretty sure she probably was mentioned in the Archon quests, but I don't remember her being mentioned. So I never really cared much about her as a character. But no, I thought this quest was actually really nice. Also, while I'm here on the reputation, I am so close, so close to the final upgrade on Traveller. And I mean, given that this video is probably going to come out much later than when it's been recorded, if we're being honest, there's a possibility that I might actually get this before this video's out, and in that case I might actually cut to me getting the upgrade. Alright, here we go. It's finally time to see what I get. Oh wait, what's this? That's cool. Right, before I get the upgrade, if any of you haven't seen the, what would it be, Act 5, Natlan Archon quest, the place I go to is kind of a spoiler. Don't see this part if you haven't. Let's hope C6 Traveller's good. Let's see. Or maybe C12, depends how you think of it. Go on. Go on, Capitano, give me something good. Here we go. Let's see. Please be good. Normal charge and plunge attacks will be pyro. Is it just infused? Not bad, actually. Not bad. I was hoping for, I think it says it here, right? Yeah, you send, like, flaming waves. But, you know, that's not bad as well. Infused pyro damage. And what did it say about the crit at the end? Crit damage is increased by 40%. That's not bad actually, 40, 120. To be fair, I would have to remake their entire build of their pyro, right? I'd have to like, at the very least, change this set, I'm guessing. Right, let me just see on these enemies here. To be fair, they will be affected by a hydro, but we'll see.
Put up a good fight.
Let's be real here, that's not good. Okay. Well, that was a shame, if we're being honest. Like I said, I actually, weirdly liked that story quest. If we're being honest, I did feel like it was a bit stupid at the same time. You know, the actual danger, I guess. But at the same time, I guess you could argue it's a nice change for once. Because normally so many of these quests are so serious. Whereas this one, yeah, I don't think this one ever had like a sad moment. I feel like, yeah, I suppose you could say there were times where we might have felt bad for like the mushroom or something, I don't know. But like there wasn't a time, no like tragic backstory or anything. And it's actually nice to have that for a change. So yeah, at the same time it's actually really nice to have like a simple story. Nothing crazy happening, you know, just silly nonsense. Also, what's this? Oh, I played that sound. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'll see you all in the next one.